Banditos, what up? It's your boy Tux here, talking about the Division 2's new gear set, Measured Assembly. This is hands down the best support build for Legendary missions. And honestly, you shouldn't even think about playing Legendary without it. It's not just about keeping your team alive, it's about controlling the battlefield in unexpected ways. Let's dive in and see why this gear set is a must-have. Let's do this.
Wait, did we just become best friends? So nice to meet you, I think you're cool.
Piece of shit wristwatch.
Hey, before we go into all of the details, I have to run through a few clips to show you exactly what makes this gear set absolutely amazing. It's got some tricks up its sleeve. Also, if you're not here for the breakdown and you want to go directly to the build, make sure you check out the timestamps below. Here's where Measured Assembly gets wild. You can use it aggressively. Your Healing Hive and Smart Cover aren't just for defense, they're weapons against legendary tech. Now check this out. Attack enemy tech proactively. Smart Cover? It's the star here. It shoots a dart that can zap enemy tech from a safe distance. And with this build, you've got infinite smart covers. It's worth burning one to take out a healing station or tank from afar. The key idea? Whoever controls the heals wins the game. Take out a White Tusk healing station and those bullet sponge enemies lose their infinite armor, making them way easier for your team to shred. So I'm using my smart cover as an attack weapon against tech. So here in this very difficult room, there are healing stations that they love to drop. I can use my skills to eliminate those with a single shot. That also works against tanks. So I'm using skills that heal to eliminate enemy tech. So when we enter a room and I know there's a tank, or if there's a healing hive, then I will direct my smart cover at one of those items to eliminate it. And I'll keep my healing hive near my allies. I will throw out my healing hive at that tank or that healing station if I absolutely need to. Otherwise, I do shoot my smart cover at the healing station. Now you can't hit it directly, you have to land on a surface that it can stick to. So that can be the ground or a wall or a piece of cover. And then once I do that, as soon as it goes on cooldown, then I hit my active modifier and I get it back. And then if there's no other tech I need to eliminate, then I can use it to help my team. Now the hive that's been laid down is already blocking those incoming explosives or any tanks that might be flanking. So if I wanted to continue to use my smart cover as an offensive tool, then I can. But I gotta tell you, it is so neat that you can eliminate a tank with a single smart cover. You could even take out a whole group of tanks, like at the entrance of District Union Arena, with one shot. That's way better than an EMP, trust me. Here, I'm gonna eliminate an entire group of tanks with a single skill. Here's another one. NPCs are super sneaky with those healing stations. They're gonna try to drop them behind that car, and I'm able to take them all out with a single smart cover. Yeah, crazy, right? That skill isn't even an attack skill. That is the talent coming from the gear set. If you find this interesting, stick around. You're gonna want to hear what else it can do. First, Measured Assembly is new this season, and you get all the pieces to make a full set by going through your journey. You can also get it from season caches or by farming targeted loot set to Measured Assembly, like in Countdown Game Mode. So what does Measured Assembly offer? With 2 pieces, you get 15% skill haste. Nice and simple. 3 pieces, bump it up with 60% repair skills and 40% explosive resistance, turning you into a healing tank that shrugs off explosions. But the real game changer is the 4-piece talent. It's called Huddle. Here's how it works. You gain +1 skill tier for every ally in your hive's range. At skill tier 6, if an ally's been in range for 4 seconds, you trigger overcharge for 15 seconds with a 40-second cooldown. Plus, enemy mortars and skills entering your hive or smart cover range get destroyed with a 10-second cooldown that drops 20% faster per ally nearby. Your deployed skills act like a trophy system, throwing up an iron curtain for your team. Explosive drones and mortars? Gone. The only threats left are basic explosive projectiles. And yeah, those suck, but they don't chase you around like drones. Those relentless suicide drones are the real nightmare in legendary missions, and Measured Assembly wipes them out, giving your squad breathing room to push forward. And the chest talent, Hive Mind, and that overcharge cooldown shrinks to 25 seconds. The backpack talent, Smart Cooperation, slashes the destruction cooldown to just 1 second. This is some next level utility. Are the chest and backpack talents worth it? Absolutely. These cater to extremely unique abilities, and although there are great options to explore, the gear set's talents make Huddle just that much more amazing, and the additional investment definitely pays you back. The cooldown on your overcharge being only 25 seconds will allow you to keep up with a future initiative's healing power. The backpack talent basically ensures you always have your Iron Curtain available. Although the base cooldown at 10 seconds isn't bad because your team in range can reduce it by 20 seconds per team member. But with the backpack option available, I decided just to go with consistency. To maximize measured assembly, strategy is key. Spread your skills wide for maximum coverage, but keep them near your team in optimal fighting zones. Encourage your squad to stick close, near your hive. They boost your skill tiers, speed up your cooldowns, and trigger overcharge. Totally worth it, but it can feel like corralling cats, no doubt. Use your smart cover's huge area of effect to create safe zones, dishing out bonus armor and explosive resistance while neutralizing threats. You can also use the offensive smart cover, but I like the defensive one because the bonus armor makes it more obvious to your allies that it's active. Okay, the question I know you have in your head, is measured assembly better than future initiative, the other healer set? Well, let's break it down side by side. Okay, let's run down future initiative. So 2 pieces is going to give you 30% repair skills, 3 pieces, 15% skill haste, 30% duration, and then 4 pieces is going to give you the talent called ground control. That's going to be 15% weapon and skill damage when you are at full armor, and repairing an ally heals nearby allies for 60% of that amount. That's the real kicker with future initiative, because there are talents that the game gives us that can give us the damage and skill bonuses that ground control gives us, but it's that extra heal that kicks in. It saves you a ton of your repair skills over time. So the chest talent is going to boost the damage bonus to 25%, so that's an additional 10%, and then the backpack talent ups proximity healing to 120%. Future initiative brings monster heals and a nice damage boost when you're at full armor, though it's overkill healing, perfect for an 8-man raid, and the weapon damage is a sweet perk. So what's the verdict? Future initiative's heals are insane, and the damage boost is tempting, but in legendary missions, Black Tusk's tech and explosives are the real killers. Measured assembly counters that directly, neutralizing healing stations, drones, and mortars while throwing up that Iron Curtain. Its heals are plenty to keep your team up, and the infinite overcharge every 25 seconds for 15 seconds is absolutely nuts. It competes with future initiatives buffs, hands down. Want the damage boost? Slap the empathetic resolve chest talent or the damage version of the smart cover onto measured assembly and call it a day. For legendary gameplay or anything heavy on tech and mortars, measured assembly wins. Strip away the enemy's gadgets and they're just everyday soldiers. Still spongy, but your heals and your bonus armor can handle that no problem. The downside of measured assembly is that it is more zonal than future initiative because you're not running healing chems. And for some reason, it can feel like your team avoids your heals and bonus armor like the plague, and they're out there dying. Also, a little pet peeve here, our heals are green, the defensive smart cover is also a shade of green, and then the enemy's healing stations are green. It can be difficult to know where your heals are. Another drawback is that there's not a lot of room or appeal for build diversity with the gear set, but that is usually the case with these healer sets anyways. Future Initiative has the same problem, but I do think it's a big miss the devs didn't include grenades. It feels wrong and would complete the concept. But for the downsides, that's it. Measured Assembly is the ultimate support build for legendary missions, and I don't recommend running the difficult ones like Tidal Basin, the Zoo, or even Roosevelt Island without it. It's not just about healing, it's about dominating the fight by shutting down enemy tech, shielding your team from explosives, and keeping everyone in the game with smart, aggressive plays. Don't sleep on this gear set. It's literally a legendary game changer. Let me walk you through exactly how I've put this build together. So I have Technician, that's giving me an extra skill tier. Make sure you have healing marked in the Technician skill tree. I'm running the Scorpio for Septic Shock, basically all the debuffs. 4 pieces measured assembly, and you're gonna wanna make sure you run the chest and the backpack. Totally worth it. Now for the attributes, mostly this is what it's gonna be. You're cycling your skills a lot and you're always in overcharge. So don't worry about having every stat exactly the way I have in mind, but let me explain why I have it set up this way. So we have the skill tier, repair skills, and then skill haste. Now I decided to lean more into skill haste than anything else because I want to have maximum uptime, more importantly, refresh on my skills in addition to the overcharge. The healing hive, although it has a boosted charge time, I still want it to be peak. Now skill haste doesn't stack very well, and we got a lot of skill haste coming from all sorts of different places. So you don't want to overdo it it, but for the mods that made sense, I went ahead and put skill haste. So the mask, I went with a Murakami for the 15% skill duration. Now for the chest, I'm running double skill haste. Now for the holster, I'm running an armor core here with repair skills. The armor core is kind of optional because when an ally is near, you get that extra skill tier. I decided to run this. My build has 5 skill tiers. That's because of that extra armor core. But this really makes that bonus armor juicy for me, and I like that. So that, with the bonus armor and the heals, you're feeling pretty good out there. And then for the knees, I'm also running an armor core with repair skills. Okay, your global modifiers are definitely helpful. So I'm playing into electronics. Our cooldowns are going to be really fast. That's one of the reasons why. What's key here is the electronics at tier 5. All skill cooldowns are reset. You want to use this for your smart cover. Okay, as far as the passive modifiers, you don't have a lot of options here. BTSU gloves here. So grants 50% hive skill haste per skill tier. That's a big perk and really helps you get your heals back. So we're going to be resetting their hives, resetting our hives, resetting our smart covers. So when we detonate our hive, it'll bring our smart cover back. It's important that this is here because sometimes you're already at tier 5 with your modifiers. And when you reach tier 5, it resets your cooldowns. But if you're already there, it's not going to happen. And having the BTSU gloves to reset your smart covers cooldown is very handy. Okay, this part's really important. Explosive resistance. Let's look at the stat. So at base, because of the gear set plus my watch, we're at 50% explosive resistance. 40% of that is from the gear set. Now, if we look at the smart cover, we're going to have 40% explosive resistance. So we're already at cap and your team is getting that benefit too. So we're stopping explosives and then we have a lot of resistance for the grenades. So that's why the grenades that can come through aren't that big of a deal because you're basically immune to them anyways. Lots of perks from the smart cover. Let me know what you think about the set and how you run it.
Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm Tuxedo Bandido. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on the good stuff I have coming for you. And if you like content like this, be sure to check out the video I have recommended for you right here. If you have anything you would like me to cover, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And thank you to all the channel members and donors who make things possible. Tux Nation wouldn't be the same without you.
When you buy a game from Ubisoft, enter the creator code Tuxedo Bandido to support the channel. Easy peasy.
Wait, did we just become best friends?